Hi friends, it's Shanna, Shop Glorious Day here in Round Top still, the Wednesday after the close of Round Top Antiques Week. And there are still folks on the field who are packing things up and haven't yet gotten on their way, and wanted to spend some time with them since we didn't get to chat with them during the show. One of them now that we'll visit with is Brandi Collard Harper. She and Kevin have the field here, Harper Worn Weathered, where we got to meet Bombshell Betty and some of the other friends here, Roy Zito, who you'll see in another video from Brimfield, in which we visit what was then Spellbound Collections, but is now Harper Worn Weathered, and her clothing line, which is really special and designed and made here in the U.S. in many ways by Brandi herself, includes what I have on, a few pieces that I picked up the other night, as well as you may have seen the hoodie that I had on yesterday as I was gallivanting a little bit more. But her clothing line, I'll have her talk about, and a little bit about her journey here. So we'll go back and talk to Brandi now. Alrighty. So here we are in takedown time here, the Harper Worn Weathered field at Round Top. And some of Brandi's things still out. Her staging always magic. And part of her Spellbound collection out here. She's around the corner, I think. There she is. Oh, she's... I thought maybe you'd gotten up. Brandi, thank you.
A little bit of extra work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so messy. I have to get all those space.
No, I love it. I love that you have your workshop in the midst of the teardown. I love that.
Well, you know,
I'm gonna come around this way, maybe.
As a true small business owner, you're automatically thinking of your next show or your next sale or your next client. So,
Yeah.
what better way for me to unwind is to start creating immediately. So
Yeah.
that's my downtime before we start.
It's time to
Yeah. So what are you working on now?
So I found a really cool vintage men's military, and it was already like this, so it already had all the distressing
Yep.
and the cut-off sleeves, and so I'm going to patch it.
Okay.
And do something a little bit different. I'm going to take some of the leftover scraps of denim I have and patch those holes.
Yep.
And then try to pair that with something, hopefully a little bit more wintry, because this is very thick.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some denim with it.
So tell us about your Spellbound collections and kind of where you're at now.
We making a little bit of a change. We just recently went into a more retail side of things. We strictly just traveled across the United States doing flea markets.
Yeah.
And so now we were invited to go into a retail space in the mall.
Yeah.
And that's something new. We've been there about a month and a half.
Wow.
We're super excited because you're meeting a different type of client.
Yeah.
And that allows us to stay off the road and actually get to focus on the store and our products more.
Yeah.
For us, it's always been a challenge because when you're on the road so much, you don't always get to create, you don't always get to organize, and you're always chasing your tail.
Mm-hmm.
So we work so hard to create a magical space at each location we go to.
I had just mentioned that as we were walking in, that your space has always been magic.
For us, we go always a week early because we want to set up. We want it to be special. We don't want it to feel like you're in a tent. We want it to be an experience. And our customers can choose to go anywhere. You can go online. You can go to malls. You can go to Amazon. With other flea markets, but what's special about us is they're choosing to support us in our lifestyle. So it has to be an experience. You're not just believing in me, you're believing in my family and my brand.
Right, right.
So I have to create something magical because my customers deserve that.
Yeah, yeah. So is there a difference in the style of kind of what you're doing now versus what you've done in the past?
There's always, everywhere we go, there's something different. If it's in California, it's, lighter colors, lighter fabrics, a little bit more of a, boho look. If we go to Brimfield, Mass, it's going to be reconstructed denim and vintage inch lace. If we go to Texas, it's going to be a little bit of that Western flare mixed with everything. The hats are bigger, the belts are bigger.
Yep.
You know, and it's a little bit extra. So you take anywhere we go, and it's always a change. Going into the mall, the Galleria Dallas, we now decided that it has to be a little bit more of a urban clean look. So we're going to merge a little bit of that rocker hip style with a little bit more of the rustic. So we're going to take all those things and put those together.
Yeah. Nice. Well, how about, can we show them a little bit about what you brought here? Though we're kind of in Takedown.
Sure. Well, that's the best time.
I know.
I'm really good at merchandising, and sometimes I hide a lot of things because there's so many layers.
Yeah. And mention the thing that I thought was interesting that you had just mentioned was that you actually, in your shop in Dallas, you actually sew right there.
Yes.
Which is, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do that. So.
Well, you know, today disposable fashion is something that's so common. You can go into a store and you can buy a shirt for $10 to $25. It's sewn with thread that's meant for serging. So they buy a spool of thread that costs them probably $2. A spool of thread to sew a garment should cost you about $7 to $10. And they're using subpar fabric, cheap thread, and children sewing these garments for pennies. And so it's my job to educate, I feel like, and bring another quality of clothing to an age group. So I try to keep my costs down, but I want them to come in. I want them to see that you can wash a shirt 100 times. It will last.
Yeah.
If you use the right craftsmanship,
Yep.
material, and thread.
Yeah.
So you're going to see us use a lot of different fabrics and threads, and then we're also going to educate people and hopefully have them believe in American-made products again.
Yeah. And you're upcycling shirts and tops and pants and jeans that have already stood the test of time a bit with perhaps a little bit of wear, and you're taking them the next mile.
For me, a flea market's where I found my basic business beliefs, thoughts, and I believed in myself. Round Top encouraged me. It let me be a designer. I was a mom with 3 young boys at home. I had a dream to have a store. I didn't have the income and I didn't have the time. But I could come down here twice a year and I could be something unique. And I could be everything I dreamt of for that, 3-week period.
Right.
So it allowed me to build the brand. But I found out at the flea market, people are broken. Things are cast away. Not only objects, but the people in the flea market are cast away. So I think there's beauty in things that other people throw away and don't give a second thought to. And I want to find those unique things, and I want to pull them out, and then I want to recreate them or touch them so they're loved by somebody else and just not disregarded. So not only are we saving clothing, we're saving people.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. We just zero in on the piece you have here just to get a sense for the textures that you pull together in a way that's...
And then what's going to happen after this, we'll go through and we'll do, heavy stitching with a really heavy thread. And we're going to make it also feel hand done. So once it's done on the machine, it secures it tightly.
Yeah.
It'll be hand touched as well. So just so people have an idea, I go out to the flea market, I buy the shirt, I take it home, I wash it, soak it, sanitize it, dry it, then bring it here, I patch it, we sew it, then we wash it again. After it's washed again, then it's going to be hand stitched. Then we'll price it, load it up in a trailer, and take it to the next market and hope to make a profit.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I want to tell all of our customers that the next time you say, can I take less?
Yeah.
Think about all the times that somebody has touched that.
Appreciate all those levels of care and attention and time.
Yes.
It's so glad you mentioned that.
Yes, because for some reason it's became, I feel like people feel like they have to ask for a discount, and it's never wrong to ask.
Sure.
If it's somebody that merely just can't afford it,
Yeah.
or if we're just a little bit different apart, or if you're buying multiple items, that's something. But you have to remember that some of these people, you might think it's an easy job. It's the hardest job I've ever had in my entire life. It's also the most rewarding.
Yeah.
But just think about when you watch those shows that are on TV, just know that you don't have to always be the person up on the other end of the cash register.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm just going to turn around too, so maybe you can comment on. You were telling me when I was buying these the other night a little bit about them.
So this was bought at Sophie Moore's.
Okay.
It was a vintage grain sack. What we did is we took it just with a basic little bitty cut. I make these in two ways. We'll make it just plain like this where you see the yummy grain sack.
Yeah.
And then I also take vintage backpack straps from German military and we'll attach those to some.
Oh, how
and
fun.
so we make these because one, some of us like to be extra, like us girls, like in Texas, we want a little bit of extra, so we put the straps on. But then also, because of the ticking on the shoulder, this is just so beautiful by itself, it didn't warrant it.
Yeah.
So we'll make it a couple of different ways. So we're taking something that's old and we're repurposing it into modern day clothing. So it's new clothing with old materials.
It's all lined.
Yes, all lined.
I love how it's made. And
so-
then this shirt too.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
So below is a shirt that's made from recycled gauze. I shouldn't say recycled, it's vintage new stock. So I
Okay.
bought a whole roll of vintage gauze, and I'm going to say probably like from the 50s. We cleaned it, we cut it, and then once we started sewing the shirt, we just realized it was so like thin and beautiful and yummy, but we also wanted women to be able to not have to wear another tank underneath it.
Yeah.
And so we actually mimicked the look of a vintage apron. And so it has two
that
layers.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to wear a tank top
Yeah.
to hide your lingerie underneath
Right.
your bra. But then you have that feel and a vintage look without really just letting you know it's really that thin.
Yeah.
But that is vintage material made into a new product as well.
Love it. And I was, of course, the weather's been a little bit warmer and more humid than I was expecting. So I was looking for something breezy and was really pleased to find it.
And let me show you how we take maybe a vintage pattern.
Okay.
And with the vintage pattern, then we make something that's totally new.
Okay.
So this is a folk art pattern that's probably like early turn of the century, wide yoke. So this is new fabric we buy. We wash everything before it's sewn, and then we make the shirt. It can be unisex, man or ladies. And we literally make it from denim, cotton, to this is linen.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has a great metal buttons. It kind of gives it a look of really being vintage.
Yeah.
And so then let's look into something else that might not be as old, but we're going to make it look old. So I was in Springfield and I found this beautiful sundress and I loved it.
Yeah.
So this is 100% new fabric. I bought in LA down in the alleys.
Yeah.
And I took that fabric and I tea stained it. Okay. So it's tea stained. So this is new fabric made to look old.
Yeah.
Now the trick is that I bought enough fabric to do 20 of these dresses.
Okay.
So each dress, the top is all vintage crochet. So there's no two dresses that are the same.
Wow.
So
Maybe
the
detail.
top is vintage crochet.
That looks like my grandma Pukulas crocheted, similar to.
It was probably her tablecloth. You never know.
It could be.
And then you have these
Yeah.
funny guys that go, man, that looks like she's wearing a tablecloth. It's true. And
It's
probably
actually
his
true.
grandmother's,
Yeah, yeah.
But it's lovely.
And even all the love and effort in that detail of crocheting, I came to appreciate through watching her crochet.
Yes. And it's a lost art.
It
It's
is,
going
yeah,
away.
yeah.
And then you're going to see some different things like old tablecloths again that people throw away, recycle.
Oh,
disregard.
love that.
So
Yeah.
we call this the Ruthie after the lady that asked me to make it for her.
Yeah.
So this is a short Ruthie with a 3/4 inch sleeve.
A short Ruthie. I
Yes.
love that. Yeah.
So this is Quaker
Okay.
lace tablecloths.
Yeah.
And then the bottom of this is all doilies, crochet, and lace.
Yeah.
No lace is gone to waste or harmed in the product of our line.
Yeah.
We use every square
Right.
inch, whether it's on trim or for a koozie or on a headband.
Yeah.
Every piece is used.
Love it.
And that's when people go, Brandi, how can you be affordable? How can you take this old stuff and make it affordable? Well, we use every inch. And then we try to be creative, and we try to really use the most important rare fabrics at the focal points and the right points. And
Yeah.
so in doing that, you're going to get a look of a really high-end garment. And so we just strategically place the really important lace.
Yeah.
And that way everybody can really feel the quality, but get it at a good price.
Yeah. And it's so unique. Can you share? I actually brought back another top that I'd bought. I don't know how you refer to it. how you refer to the denim here, the piece that I bought, if you want to hold that up. Actually, it still has my brooch on it that I was going to wear. It was what I thought I was going to wear this morning when it was cooler.
This piece is dear to my heart.
Yeah.
My friend Randy, the Jersey picker, he was a man that traveled around the world. He taught me so much about flea markets. Mm-hmm. He was the best find I ever found at a flea market. And I'm going to cry because he was my best friend.
Oh.
He called me all the time, but he taught me about life. Mm-hmm. And in the flea market, there's so many things that we have, like all these life lessons. Different people, different demographics, different cultures, different age groups. And so in saying that, he gave me the original that this shirt's patterned after.
Oh.
The original was an early 1900s denim men's military.
Okay.
That's really, really rare. Denim wasn't used very often back then. And it was valued at probably about $1,800. Okay. So this was a man that traveled around, wasn't rich monetarily, but was rich in life experiences. And instead of selling that item to a dealer who collects denim for $1,800,
he
chose to give it to me because he knew I'd love it.
Oh.
So I took that piece and I made the pattern to this one.
Yeah.
And originally it would have pockets that did a cross, so your hands would go across.
Okay.
And it would hold merchandise. Okay?
Yeah.
Or screws or equipment or whatever. So I took those pockets off on this because I wanted to use vintage aprons.
Yeah.
And so we took all vintage aprons, no two shirts the same, and we attached those to the front. And so now you have your little pockets where you can shop or pick or carry your tape measure,
Yep.
your keys, your hand sanitizers, your money, your whistle.
Things you find around the house as you're picking up. It was so comfortable to just rest my hands in it too. It was like so beautifully designed and proportioned and everything.
And the denim is American-made denim. It was one of the last rolls that came from, I think it's called Pinecone Mills.
Oh.
So it's really American-made denim.
Yeah.
And so, but it literally would stand up on its own. Mm-hmm. So I softened it a little bit, distressed it, and then just to make it be a little bit softer.
Yeah.
And so this particular shirt was touched about 8 times before it actually got to the shelf.
Wow.
So this is version number 1.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I want to show you version number 2.
Okay.
We did a full apron top. Let me go over here.
Sure. Yeah, I want them to see the jeans and overalls too, actually. So
this is the same basic style. We tweaked the neckline.
Ooh, I love
so
that.
We could use the full apron.
Yeah.
So this is a vintage full apron. We switched the top of it just where it's wide enough to slip over your head.
Yeah.
It's a medium weight chambray, but the more you wear it, the more it's going to get yummy, softer.
I love that one.
So this is your full apron.
Yep.
So we talked about the denim. This is the same denim that the other shirt came from.
Yep.
So really big European is like the harem kind of pant.
Yep.
So we did a little mild, like curved crotch. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit dropped. Not as severe as some of the other makers.
Yeah.
When you turn around the back, you have each pocket is a vintage pocket from a recycled pair of pants.
Wow.
And
Love
so
that.
there's old ticking,
Yep.
top stitch, there's an underlying patch. So we try to do as much as we can to get as much texture into each pant.
Yeah, love those.
And, for us here in Texas, all of us Texas ladies, we love our chickens. I can't believe to tell you how many women want a pair of great overalls to wear outside when they're doing their chickens. So we have vintage and we have newer.
Yeah.
Some are hand bleached and vintage ticking patches. But, at the end of the day, everybody likes to have a little bit of a shape.
Yeah.
And so we'll take vintage overalls. We'll put a drawstring waist in the back.
Yep.
In the front.
So you added that. I was just noticing. You put the drawstring in.
The drawstring waist so you don't ever lose your waist.
Yep.
And then in the back, these were a little bit wider. They were a men's larger pair.
Yep.
So I added a pair of like a little bit of elastic
yeah.
just to give you a little bit of curve.
Yep.
So your
Love
waist
that.
kind of pulls in still.
Yep.
So do tons of vintage denim.
Yep.
And then we did men's work pants. And we took vintage denim and put them on the top. So we created kind of like a men's workwear line.
Yeah.
We're adding a little bit of the American denim back in with the Carhartt style. And I mean,
they're great.
Put that with a vintage flannel and a denim jacket, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
A little bit hot yet for Texas, but we're getting there.
Yeah, yeah. Love everything you've shared. Maybe share a little bit about your store.
Okay. The store in Dallas is just really an eclectic vibe. Everything that we've loved over the years, I took a lot of things from our private collection to put inside because I wanted it to be charming. So when people come in, there's experiences. When they walk in, there's a hand-carved sculpture of Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson's iconic to country music, not only to country music, but to Texas.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much of his artwork, his music is part of the culture here in Round Top.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson is just iconic. You can have his silhouette cut out, and people can see the two braided pigtails, and you can kind of see the shape of someone's that's had a headband on. You know, it's Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
You know, you've made it big when your silhouette's iconic.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when you walk in, people go, "Well, who is this?" Or "Is that Willie, and where'd you get him from?" So automatically, when you walk into my store, it spurs conversation. And it starts the experience right as they walk in the door.
Yeah.
So when people come in to the mall, it's one of four people. They either work there, they're in the nearby hospital, they're international travelers, or they live close by. And so my favorite is to explain to international travelers who Willie Nelson is.
Oh,
so
fun.
That kind of opens the door. And then when you walk through the front door, you're going to see this 1930s tack horse who's beautiful. He's white. And it kind of starts the whole, basically, story of who we are. And, you know, not only do I have the live Christ in my heart, I share that with everybody. But, you know, in Revelations, I said we're going to come back on those white horses. So I'm going to lay that out right there. Well, you know, God's coming back. So we're going to have that white horse in the back of our store.
Yeah.
People know that who we are.
Wow.
And we're a Christian-based foundation.
Yeah.
In a company.
Yeah.
And as you walk around the store, you're going to see all these beautiful workbenches and things that are like not made anymore, like wood tops that are 4 inches thick with great handmade hardware. And the one special thing about our store is everything in the store is for sale, and it is somewhat affordable.
Yeah.
It's not something that's priced so high you're not going to buy it. Pretty much everything in the store is within reach for most budgets.
Yeah.
And then as you go around, you're going to see a marble Jesus that weighs about a little over 1,000 pounds.
Oh, wow.
He guards my jewelry section.
Oh.
And if somebody is going to steal, they're going to steal in front of Jesus. And I'm going to tell you something. I have not.
You haven't had any thefts.
I have not had any thefts in front of Jesus. Now, I had to call out a few of those kids to go, "Listen, Jesus is
watching you."
But, he's iconic. And I love the fact that when people come in, they love to talk about Jesus. They love to see him.
Yeah.
But this one lady, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you have a statue of Jesus in your store." And I go, "Well, why not? Why can't I have Jesus in my store?" I said, "Lucky Brain has Buddha.
Right.
If Lucky can have Buddha, I can have Jesus." You know, so he kind of sets the tone for who we are.
Sets the tone.
It's fun,
There you go.
It's whimsical.
Right.
But at the end, we all have a story.
Yeah.
And we're going to stay true to it.
Yeah. And your store is located where in Dallas?
In the Galleria in Dallas.
In the Galleria.
So the Galleria is great. You and it's every, I would say, small maker's dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surrounded by Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Lululemon, like all these people that have amazing stores. And so I might be on the 3rd floor, but I'm still in the same mall as those people.
And the story that started with you coming as a mom of 3 little guys, coming and building your brand here out in the fields at Round Top.
Yes.
Which I just love.
And not to mention that I'm in a phase of my life where Kevin, my husband, and I, Kevin was in the oil industry, and when oil slowed down, we had to hit the road.
Sure.
And so there was times that we were on the road 3 weekends out of the month. And so our bodies, our minds were weary, we were exhausted.
Yeah.
My father got ill, and I wasn't able to travel like we were. And we did not book shows. I was taking care of my father, and when my dad passed, we were like, what are we going to do? We have no shows scheduled. And it takes 6 months to get back into the circuit.
Yeah.
And the Galleria had contacted us, and it was a door that opened. I'll be honest, at first I wasn't for sure that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, the amount of staying planted is exciting to me in this season of my life.
Yeah.
So, to see what we can do when we stay planted, we know what we're, what's coming up, what shows are coming up. I'm not changing my line depending on where we're traveling.
Yeah.
I'm building that line on the season, and
Yep.
it's our creative minds together with
Love
our
it.
customers.
Love it. And your creativity is shown even here, and your hospitality and the whole vibe on your field and all the people that gather, that is really so friendly. I've come back, just to mention in the video, I've come back to visit and have dinner as Brandi's cooking and back the last couple evenings, and you have your kitchen here. Maybe we can just kind of walk that way and sign off over there in Brandi's kitchen.
I'll tell you a little bit about our cooking. So
Yeah.
There's something special, and this was shared to me with Bud Royer, who's iconic to Round Top.
Yeah.
But he was like, there's something special about sitting across the table from someone and breaking bread.
Yeah.
And there's also something special about being a servant.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me because I love to share times in my space with my customers, but I also love to prepare a meal.
Yeah.
People that come down here are hot, tired, especially our vendors. They don't have good home cooked meals. The restaurants are so full with our customers
Yeah.
that we often don't get to eat good meals.
Yeah.
And so that was something that was really a heavy burden on my heart. Every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is cooked from scratch. There's nothing frozen, and there will never be anything frozen. And so we have family dinners every night. Now it's take it or leave it. You get one dish, two sides,
Yeah.
and you love it or you don't.
Wait, but last night I think there were maybe 4 or 5 things I saw here. There were the grits. You can mention what you made last night.
So last night we did loaded baked beans. We did Gouda cheese grits. We had gumbo, shrimp gumbo, and we did fresh hush puppies.
Oh, it was so lovely. And the breeze coming through just like this in the evening. It was just such a warm feeling here.
You know, it's open air, under the stars, good fellowship.
Yeah.
And actually at the end of a long, weary day, it's just lifting each other up. Because let's face it, we have some days that we're dancing because we've made tons of money.
Yeah.
And there's some days that we're crying because the crowds just simply weren't here.
Right.
And so we're in this together.
Together.
And that's the most important thing that we have to remember, that we're all on this earth for a short period of time, and how can we help each other get through it?
Yes. Yeah, I love that. We'll rock that way. And just so you know, too, there was a dressing room right there with a little bit of a breeze going through it, too, which it was fun just even having an outdoor dressing room. So you can get a...
kitchen's a little mess because we're in the middle of breaking down.
Sure.
Redoing.
Yeah.
It's a little kitchen area. It's all,
Yeah.
it's newly built, but we made it to look like
I love it.
it's original to the area.
Yeah.
And so in that little bitty kitchen is where everything happens.
Everything does happen, and it's beautiful. And just to give you a sense here for, I don't know, just the vibe on, there's the sunshine, the vibe in their special Harper Worn and Weathered fields. So there we have it. What a time to have with you. It's really been lovely.
I love sharing all of our passion, and I want
Yeah.
to invite each and every one of you to come back to Round Top to follow, to see, if you can't go and travel,
Yeah.
to see what we do in this crazy life. Even if you're sitting behind a cubicle, you can
Yeah.
follow this great lady, and she's going to show you what's
Show you
out
around
there,
a
and you
bit.
can live through her.
Well, it's been really special. I'm so glad we met at Brimfield, and that I have the joy of being able to come down and join you all here in Round Top. What a special week it's been. So we'll say thank you to Brandi, Harper Worn and Weathered Field here at Round Top, Worn and Weathered in Dallas in the Galleria Mall. And we'll be sure to follow her and tune in to all her unfolding happenings, and come and enjoy a meal with her when you're here for sure. We'll sign off for now. Bye.